Hello and welcome to another update video about Jasmy. So on the Jasmy chart, we are dealing with a possible 5-wave pattern to the upside. That's pretty much in line with previous updates, but I have taken out I've removed the microstructure because this is just a better and cleaner overview. And the microstructure doesn't really matter so much if we have the support area here, because that's relevant support for this possible 5-wave move up in an impulse. Now, bear in mind, from a bearish point of view, this is only a 3-wave move up, and it could easily break down, right? And it's after 3 waves, things are always getting a bit tougher, a bit more difficult. The easiest element of that trend was the 3rd wave, and it is a nice 5-wave move in that 3rd wave. Could have formed one more high, but it obviously wanted to test support already. So this is most likely the main 4th wave, with support between 1.1 and 1.5 cents. And it takes a break below 1.1 cents to indicate a more substantial top is in place. I mean, from a bearish alternative point of view, again, that's always the problem. When we have a 3-wave top, it could be anything really. So if then support breaks, it's going to be extremely messy. So it would be really great if Jasmy could form 5 waves up. Please note that a lot of altcoin charts fail after forming 3 waves. So it's not a guarantee that we get 5. But this would be a bearish alternative, that this initial 3-wave move was an A wave. Then we're forming like an A, B, C flat structure in wave B. And we can move up in wave C. This would be a wave count that could prevent all-time lows, but the problem is with a 3-wave move up, if we see impulsive movements to the downside, we could also just see new all-time lows. But therefore, the importance is really to hold the 1.1 cent level, form one more high, because then we have a 5-wave move up. And in the next bear market, we should hold a higher low, ideally, right? It might still be brutal, but it would still ideally hold a higher low then, because this would be called a wave 1, and then the wave 2 would prepare us for the next bull run. Now, important is that the 5th wave would also likely be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. So we want to see an initial 1, 2 setup to confirm that we've really bottomed in this yellow wave 4 and that wave 5 has started. That means, in other words, it would be a first 5-wave pattern in wave 1, and then the subsequent pullback could be the next setup. So far, the price has already reacted here to the support area, but it's not enough to say that the wave 5 has started. What would be a reasonable target for the 5th wave? Well, we take the length of waves 1 to 3, we go to the low of the wave 4. Typically, I'm looking for the 61.8 extension. That's one very common target of waves 1 to 3. And that's the target for the 5th. And we talk about 9 cents. I mean, that seems reasonable for for good orientation. It would look good as well. That's one way of measuring target anyway. Another way is to take the length of the wave 1 and then compare that. But here we are going to look for the 100% extension at least, maybe even higher. That's at 5 cents. I mean, that doesn't seem very aggressive, but then there are a couple of other levels we can activate. So this would give us a target area. Whereas I would have to say the 5 cent level seems very, very low, very weak for a 5th wave, because it would only barely move above the 3rd wave high, but it is a proper Fibonacci extension target. Looking at the smaller time frame then, I mean, maybe this wave 1 has started. Maybe it's too small. Price action here is just tiny bits. Maybe this is a first micro 5-wave move, but please note that these micro patterns, it's just too small, right? Essentially what it means is the structure of the next pullback is going to be very, very important. As long as we're now holding the last swing low, this would be a valid interpretation. But we see that across the sector now. This actually looks like a proper 5-wave move up. Again, just based on the scale, it's too small to have clear probabilities, but it gives us clear parameters. So we can add a support area, and then this would be for a wave 2, which means in any pullback now, as long as we're holding 1.7 cents, which is the 78.6 retracement, we could look for higher prices, We might see a bit of a pullback here. I mean, again, that might already be the wave 2. Maybe we get one more high in wave 1, but overall, I would start to lean to the upside as long as we're holding above, above the 78.6 fib level. The formal invalidation point for this local setup is the 1.6 cent level, however, but below 1.7 already probabilities start to shift and it's going to be a bit more bearish again, yeah, because that increases the risk of invalidation. So that should help you, hopefully. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.